What's good, YouTube? Today I'm coming with a video on how to buy a house with little to no money down. I know a lot of people out there are looking to buy homes or are interested in buying a home, and they might think that it's something that they can't achieve, or they might not even know where to really start um, with beginning in the process of purchasing a home. And sometimes I take for granted, the knowledge that I have investing. I purchased at this point in my life 3 homes. Um, I can offer this knowledge to someone else to help them with their situation. So if you're looking to buy a home, the first step is going to be to get your credit in order. If you don't really have a credit score, some things I could suggest for you to do would be like maybe getting a secured credit card. You can put $300 down on this card. Basically, if you don't have any credit history, it's probably going to be hard for you to get a unsecured card, because usually it's based off your credit history. So if you don't have any, they're probably not going to give you an unsecured credit card because that's taking a risk. But a secured credit card, basically your money that you put down acts as your credit line. So let's say you put $500 down, you now have a credit line on a credit card for $500. You still don't want to use all of that money. You still want to keep the utilization under 30%, or really as low as you possibly can, to show that you're using or able to use credit responsibly, even though technically this is your own money. But you want to show the banks that you're able to use and have access to money and use it in a responsible manner and not max your card out, things like that. So once you get your credit score up to at least a 580, you'll be able to qualify for an FHA loan. I believe those rules are still the same. But that's really honestly not difficult for most people to do. If you have a ton of negatives on your report, you can pay someone to dispute the issues on your credit report, and honestly, that could be helpful. I used to actually run a credit repair business, and I still help people occasionally with credit repair. But you can actually do a lot of it yourself. You just have to know what you're doing. If you have any questions, if you want any tips, feel free to comment below or message me on Instagram. I definitely want to help you guys with cleaning up your credit reports. But go into your reports, challenge all the stuff on there that you can, all the inaccuracies, challenge and get that stuff off. Most people's reports have inaccuracies, so a lot of the stuff in your credit report is negatives. A lot of it can probably be removed easily, and then after that, you dial in and see what you need to do to get the remaining stuff off or changed. You might have to pay some things, but you have to get that credit score cleaned up if you want to buy a home. Like, you just have to do it. There's other ways around it, I know, but the easiest way to do it is to clean up your credit report. And honestly, the habits that it takes for you to have good credit and clean up your credit report, those habits that you instill in the person that you become through doing those things, just makes you better as a human being moving forward in general. But clean up the credit report. After you have a 580, you can qualify, again, assuming the rules are the same, you can qualify for an FHA loan, which allows you to put like 3.5% down on the house. And besides a VA loan, which allows you to do 0% if the rules are still the same, it's one of the lowest ways, the lowest down payment methods that you can have as far as like a loan product is concerned for purchasing a home. So you qualify for FHA loan, and now you have the 580 credit score, and you basically meet that credit requirement for the FHA loan, but you're gonna need money for a down payment and for closing costs. But to get around this, and obviously you need to be shopping for a home that's within your price range or under. Like, if you don't know what your price range is for your home, there's a lot of tools online you can go in and play with, and they can give you, based off your income, kind of like what you can afford as far as a home is concerned. But I would say definitely, you should be looking for something at probably no more than what you're paying for your rent, and preferably less. But I mean, that really depends based off who you are financially. If you're making a financially poor decision and you're, renting a place that's more than what you really can afford. But so ultimately, just go to find a calculator online, enter your income, enter your debts, and let them kind of show you or guide you into finding a home price range that is not going to be too much of a burden for you. Like, you shouldn't be poor trying to pay your house your mortgage. So identify a price range. And, I would say, man, like if you, just like let's say you make $70,000. Like if you make like $70,000, and I know you can afford a lot more than this, but I think like if you have a single family home, if you can find something like for $100,000, man, or like really less than 150, I think that's going to be good for you. It gives you a lot of room, comfort room, a lot of space to breathe. I know it might be challenging to find something like that in the area that's desirable, but I'm just giving you like a rule of thumb, man. Like you don't want to overextend yourself with these house payments. That's not the goal. The goal is to purchase a home, build equity, hopefully change the future of your family's life financially, create memories and experiences by owning that home, and just so many of the other factors that you just get through home ownership, like the tax benefits. There's so many things that come from it, and I hate to, just to chime in on the money, but the money obviously too, like one of my early purchases, I purchased a condo, less than 2 years, I sold it, made $70,000. So, this is life-changing stuff. If I would have been renting an apartment or renting a place, I wouldn't have been able to capitalize on any of the changes in the housing market or the economy. So, anyway, buy within your means, buy something that's not going to cause you to overextend yourself financially. If you're in the area where you can do this, I would suggest really buying a multifamily home. That way you can maybe even offset your mortgage completely, or at least offset it some, and you have that cash flow coming in. Eventually that's going to be a paid off asset, and it's going to be just cash flowing you money. So if you're in an area where you can find a multifamily home, I definitely would recommend, as your first property being a multifamily property. It's just going to set you up for a future of like financial success, and really reduce the money that you have to spend for your mortgage. So it's going to really save you money in that sense. So now that you have the price range, okay, so at this point you want to find a lender. So you're going to look for FHA lenders in your area. Try to find out, before this. So the way that the hack, or the way that you're able to really get the house for low to no money down. So that's why I wanted to really chime in on making sure that you get a home that's like not too highly priced. But basically, the hack is especially, if you're a first-time home buyer, let me say that, or if you haven't bought a home in a few years in certain states, you get the opportunity to use this program. But if you're a first-time home buyer, most states have programs that give you down payment assistance, or most states have programs that give you money or funding to purchase a home. So this could be $10,000, $5,000, $15,000 in New Jersey, and this might not still be the same. But when I purchased my condo, because it was the first home that I had purchased in my name, they gave me $10,000, and that pretty much covered all of my down payment needed, and a decent amount of my closing costs. I feel like I had the seller of the condo pay the closing costs, but I really didn't have to bring, I think to closing, I had to bring cash of my own, $3,000. So I was able to purchase a home and only bring $3,000 of my own cash to do so. Obviously, I would recommend having more money available for, maintenance and issues that may come along with the home and the property. But as far as purchasing the house, I was able to do so for almost, not needing any of my own funds because of the down payment assistance program. And most states offer this program. So if you need help finding it, hit me up on Instagram, comment below. I'll let me know what state you're in. I'll look up and find the link, and I'll just message you back so that you guys can look up and find these programs, because home ownership is really accessible for anybody who really wants to do it. You just have to look and do the research. So I wanted to make this video to give people kind of a, I guess, a quicker and kind of easy understanding of like what you need to do to kind of get yourself together in order to purchase a home. So, you can make your dreams a reality. So that's pretty much it, man. Clean your credit score up, or get your credit score to at least a 580, preferably higher. Identify a price range that is going to be comfortable for you, but also just like financially smart. So you need to be, you need to have some level of financial literacy. You need to understand what a good house payment is for you, and identify that. Your income is going to have to be a certain level. I mean, you're not going to be able to get a home if you're not making like, any money, so you need to be working on increasing your income as much as you can. I would say, be making at least $50,000 a year. And that's very reasonable. It's very doable for most people, even with criminal convictions and records. There's ways to do it. I want to make videos on how to at least get to $40,000 or $50,000 in the future as well. So you need to be making at least, that kind of money, so you can even qualify for the house. And then find a lender that works with the down payment program that you're using, or maybe sometimes some lenders even offer special credits and things like that. But you want to find an FHA approved lender. And some people say shop around. You can shop around if you want to see who's going to give you the better interest rate. But find an FHA approved lender and apply. And once you get approved, at that point you really can start making offers on homes. So you want to link up with a realtor, have them start showing you some places in your price range. You can start making some offers on homes. As far as like what you need to make the process easier once you actually find a home, and once you want to move forward with the closing process, nowadays it should be pretty simple, man. But you should try to have everything you really need as far as like paperwork. So you're gonna need like W-2s, past couple years W-2s. You're gonna need your past couple pay stubs, bank statements. You're gonna need past couple months. You're gonna need letters explaining any large amounts of income or money that you have coming in. You're gonna need like your obviously your credit report. But I would say, to make it easy for yourself, man, make a folder on your phone or make a folder in your email, and just put all this stuff like into a folder. If you have everything saved on your phone or on your computer, then when they ask you for this stuff, it's really just attaching it to the system, or just emailing it to whoever's asking you for it. I guess when I speak to a lot of people, they make it seem like, I guess the hardest part of the home buying process is the paperwork and things like that. But to me, like that's pretty easy. Like it hasn't been difficult. So it's just about organization. If you have everything organized in a home buying folder, it just makes it easier to access it. Or if you just have your stuff, your W-2s in a tax folder, or if you have your paychecks in a paycheck folder, when you need this information, you just go on your email, you just go on your phone and get all that stuff, and you just submit it. So get your credit score in order, get your income to a baseline level where you're able to live comfortably at least. Credit score, baseline level. Find a down payment program in your area. Cash wise, you need to be financially literate, or at least working on understanding how finances work. I would say cash wise, you might need to have like at least $5,000 if you can work on that. Save your taxes if you can. Stop smoking weed. Stop drinking. Stop your vices. Stop ordering out. Save that $5,000 if buying a home is something that's really important to you. You have to make sacrifices where you can to get that money if you're unable to save it any other way. Save your tax refunds. Cut out some vices. Stop going out for a little bit. You get that $5,000, and between that and the down payment assistance program, you should have no problem getting your first home. And as long as your expectations are reasonable, you can definitely find a home. I feel like in most markets, for with meeting these things that I talked about in the video, you should be able to find a home in most markets. And again, it might not be your dream home, but you can purchase a home You can start, building equity. You can start changing the trajectory of your family's financial future. Start, your investing career. Start, and just making your dream come true. If you wanted to own a home, you could do it. It's very doable. It's very attainable. And if your circumstances are better than what I described in this video, then you can, even get a better home. So if this has helped you, feel free to like, comment, subscribe, share with someone who might get value from the video, share with someone who is maybe looking to purchase a home. And thank you again for watching. And until next time, have a great day.